Highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Someday, you'll get your knee replaced. Someday, a new hip. Someday can be sooner than you think. At Parkview Ortho Hospital, we want to help you get moving again. So we offer a full range of options for joint pain, including outpatient joint replacements and personalized solutions. It's time to reclaim your life at Parkview Ortho Hospital, because someday is today. Learn more at parkview.com/ortho. Parkview, we believe in.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the Parkview Sport One Ice House in Fort Wayne, Indiana, for a Sunday game between the Motor City Hockey Club and the Fort Wayne Spacemen. As always, Brandon Porter, your color commentator, here with me, Bryce Ryder. Bryce, it's another Spaceman game day.
That's right. Yeah, it's a Sunday, and we got a game today and tomorrow. So instead of a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or so forth, we're Sunday, Monday. So this is going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, definitely changed it. But I think these are makeups for when a couple games got canceled due to the coronavirus deal that we had here. Where the whole arena was shut down for a couple weeks.
Yeah, be it ours, be it theirs. You know, the teams we're playing, it's just a pretty flip-flop season. But, hey, hockey's still going on, and here we are.
So the big news coming out of today's event is with Motor City, as they pretty much have a whole new roster.
Yeah, I think I heard there's like 4 to 6 returning players, and they have a whole new roster.
16 new players
16 new players coming in. So
this will be definitely interesting. It's a completely different team than what we saw earlier on. So it's going to be interesting to see if this new team can obviously keep pace with the Spacemen, because in the last game it wasn't a very close match, to say the least. Yeah,
so everyone's going to see unfamiliar numbers, and we'll try to keep with the names with the Motor City team, and that goes for their families as well. Like, what was my kid's number again? So it's going to be pretty new for everybody, so we'll do our best. But, yeah, so they're coming in with a whole new team. It's going to be pretty interesting how, you know, what they're got to work with. So, you know, we have no film on them, and so, but we do. I believe we picked up Alex Fraboulet from this team. So before they got to Motor City from the team that was no longer. So we'll see if there's a rival there, but we do have a rival.
Well, before we get, though, obviously take a quick moment. We're just going to pre-apologize here, since obviously it's a whole new roster, so we got to learn these names all over again. So if we do mess up the names here, we get used to them again. We do apologize here with the Spaceman Broadcasting Network. But we'll move on here to our first segment, our players to watch for tonight's game. Today, for Motor City, we're going to go with defenseman number 4, Liam Kenny, who is currently leading the team for Motor City with 3 goals, 4 assists for 7 points.
Yeah, that's going to be, and then he's not too far behind. There's some more players behind him, so that's going to be pretty interesting if this is this could be a new rival for us. We don't know. So he could either, add to his points today, or we can help keep that from happening. We're not sure.
Now, keep in mind that does not include, players who had goals and points from other teams. I tried to look through the roster on the USPHL website and find the player that was, there the whole time. They didn't have that total in parentheses that we see on a couple names here on our roster here. So as far as what we can tell, Liam Kenny is the highest scoring producer for the Motor City team currently and prior to the acquisition of the brand new players.
Yeah, so as much as we love stats, it's a whole new ball game today, obviously, being with a new team. They hit the reset button, and they do bring with them some numbers. So let's see if they could put some numbers up for Motor City.
Now, this next is a little interesting. It's not necessarily a deal with stats, it's the reason. For the Spacemen, I went with Dwayne Sugarhead. The reason why I did so is this will be his first game against Motor City, as we acquired him from Motor City prior. So I could expect Dwayne to at least have some inside knowledge as to the few remaining players that still are with Motor City that were there when he played.
Let's hope they were friends with the few players they do have, because, we kind of were looking towards this game and thinking, after, we played against him and now he's playing for us, and now he's going to play against his old team, but now it's a whole new team. So, they still may do a little love as they do in, when playing against your old team, they may spread the word saying, hey, this guy used to play for us. So we'll see how that plays out, or they just don't even recognize him, since we won't recognize, or no one recognizes, the whole new team that Motor City brought today.
Well, hopefully that will help not have the problems that we had against Decatur, because Lord knows we had enough problems with that last time. The Spacemen were out.
That's got some views on YouTube. I checked it out last night, and the word's spreading about that game. So pretty much that game is probably fun for the fans to watch in somewhere in the second period, and then to the end of the third, and then you get it all. So.
Yeah.
Let's hope we just have a hockey game today. It'll be interesting. If anyone thought that this would be an easy victory or an easy game for the Spacemen, we don't know this team, so this may be a really good matchup, and it may be a pretty fun game to watch.
Moving on to the starting lineups for first the Motor City Hockey Club. Starting in goals, number 35, Ian Morton. On defense, number 4, Liam Kenny, and number 13, Griffin Briculet. Forwards, number 6, Nicholas Sachs. Number 12, Elijah Seacrest. And number 27, Braden Keel. The head coach of the Motor City Hockey Club is Jason McCrimmon.
Now that remained. So.
And now the starting lineup for the Fort Wayne Spacemen here on the Spacemen Broadcast Network. Starting in goal, number 31, Isaac Gleisner. On defense, number 3, Dylan Marks. And number 86, Alex Fraboulet. Forwards, number 17, Dylan Hewlin. Number 23, Dwayne Sugarhead. And number 88, Matt Mazzina, the head coach of the Fort Wayne Spacemen, as always, Lincoln Cayley Schrock. Get ready here as the Spacemen are coming onto the ice.
And so here the rest of the starters are coming out for Motor City. And we're about to see some hockey here this afternoon after playing of the national anthem. They're doing the lineups now for the Spacemen.
And it looks like there's a bit of a side note. It looks like there's actually nameplates on all the Spacemen jerseys at this time.
2 I noticed didn't. It's Granquist and
Well, coming out of the national anthem, we get ready for a puck drop here. First period between Motor City and the Spacemen.
Yep, the goaltenders take it to the spots, getting their ice prepared, getting it cleaned up. And after playing the national anthem, just remember those who've fallen this year after everything. Just remember use it as a battle cry for those who are suffering, especially this time of year as the holidays approach. Let's remember all of those that we care about and love. The great sport of hockey does continue on, and we're about to see puck drop, and we do. And Spacemen pick up the first faceoff, dumping it back into the zone. Back around it comes. Motor City throwing her back in the corner off. And it's going to be, well, kept, but off of a shin pad. So, all right, so here we go. Action now, and puck gets its way back. Marks with it now. It comes in and out of the blade, but tipped in, and it's going to be out of the zone. Looks like Motor City was going to develop a chance, and they have now. And trying to come in. Puck still got taken away momentarily with a shot wide, and picked up by the Spacemen. Sugarhead with the puck now from Buck. Far side pass intercepted. Got a lane. Oh, and tipped out by Buck. Buck picked up the puck. Sugarhead with it. He's got 4 on him, loses the puck. Motor City with it now, coming with a head of steam, but broken off the play. Steals effort. And going off sides is Rothmeyer. And a battle of the 15s, a couple John going on. As Robbins has got a little verbiage from Phillips there. All right, so here we are. Granquist on the face-off just outside of the defensive zone. Now the puck's dropped. It's going to be picked up. Robbins picks it up, gives it over to Steele. Steele with it now. Here he comes in. Taking a look. Takes a softie, just goes wide. Picked up. Buck on the keeper. And in the feet of Granquist, he turns around to look. Does get a hold of it. Throws it back in the corner. Now it's going to be picked up by Motor City. And a pass to D. Turns over to the Spaceman. Oh, shot tipped up off the stick up into the safety netting.
Always goaltender's best friend on that one. Crossbar coming up. And everybody, I've seen people get discouraged when they hit the post. They sit there thinking, quarter inch one way, you miss the net completely. And they, obviously they were thinking, well, quarter inch the other way, it's completely in. It's just that 50-50 shot.
Yeah. Yeah, and you hear those ringers. That was off of Pritchard's attempt. Face off, picked up Spaceman. Jared Fisher feeds it across the slot. Picked up, Fisher goes down, no call. Picked up by Motor City. They're trying to clear it. And the puck almost picked off, but Pritchard with it now. He wants to backhand over to Buck, but he gets through. He gets around Kenny. Or not, yes. Pritchard going after the puck in the corner. Buck on the defensive change. Hoffman coming into the spot. And penalty possibly coming here.
Or they're heading to the net.
Oh, the net's off. Okay.
I didn't see a...
Yeah, I didn't see. I saw 2 players tangled up, but I was looking at the changes developing and didn't really see anything. I didn't pay attention to why those 2 went down.
17:58 remaining here in the first period. Still scoreless.
Griffin Fisher off the faceoff, won by the Spaceman. Trying to hang on and attempt Jared there. Oh, he was wrapped up. His stick is still stuck in somebody who's hanging on to it. Finally gets through. And that was Phillips he was tied up with. Let's see what this does. Phillips tries to put Swenson onto their bench. Motor City coming now. It's a dump. Gleisner keeps it from getting anywhere. Thrall backhands it back around, but it's going to be picked up and cannot hang on to it. Was the stick of Rothmeyer. Now the Spaceman with it now. Now it's picked up by shot and save. Gleisner hangs on. It was turned over, picked up by Motor City, and now we'll face off glove side of Gleisner.
Good job by Motor City to keep the line. Obviously, they didn't have too much time to do much. They just kind of threw it on net. elects to get the face-off in their offensive zone, Spaceman's defensive end, try to get some momentum here.
Face-off's going to be picked up by, well, it's got thrown back around by Motor City, but Spaceman with it now. Manger. Oh, he couldn't get the pass off to Sard. It just gets out. Offsides, and now on. Oh, Manger couldn't pick up the backhand. Marks with it now. Feeds it up to Sar. Sar's throw. Well, it comes through it. Got through 2 players. Feeds the slot. Just gets behind. Marks picks up the puck. Got a double team coming in on the left wing. Sar goes down on his own. Dumped back in by Fraboulet. Intercepted. Good job on the pinch there. Oh, picked up Ewan. Still working there behind the boards is Mazzina. He's going to pick it up in the corner. Sugarhead comes in. Ewan working into the corner. Puck's loose, up, picked up. Ooh. Going to be kept by Fraboulet. He misses a check. Oh, Ewan there off a rebound, couldn't get to it. And here comes Motor City. And tapped. Oh, it's a loose puck. Everybody's. Mazzina. Mazzina puts body on, and I can't tell if he drew Peterson off sides there.
Might have caused the stoppage, though. I know sometimes when you dodge a hit, the momentum of one of your teammates can carry over when you have to make that stop.
All right, face-off's going to be picked up by the Spaceman, and it's picked up by Pritchard. Pritchard with it. Softy, and it's not out of the zone. He has to pick it up and clear it out. And now the puck is picked up by Kenny. Kenny gives it up to Rothmeyer. Buck with it on the turnover, dumps it in, and it's a chase, and can still get there, but nope. Oh, he almost picked it up. Pritchard there, keeps it, and now it's into the neutral. Buck's back, though, and he picks it up. There's one chase of Rothmeyer's on him. Puck's intercepted. He couldn't clear it. He put it on boards. Thrown up high in the slot, and now back around on goal line. Looking, Rothmeyer with it. Rothmeyer can't hang on to it. I think he wanted to throw it to defense, but it came out the tip of the blade. Working into the zone. Puck's going to be put out into the neutral. And then by Kenny. Dumped in. Pritchard on the puck now. Behind goal line. Puts on the brakes. Draws Kenny around. Passes. He drew Rothmeyer. Oh, they picked up the puck. It's still spinning. Wow. So coming in and trying to help out matter there with Sanger, and he lost his stick, but he almost turned the puck over from the Spaceman back to Motor City. But now we're in the Motor City zone. Feeding across. Cup. Shot and a save. Feeding. Picked up on the intercept and got a second effort. It's 3 stops there, but comes out Motor City, and they go to clear. Now it's into the neutral. Got one going. Got a pass develop if they don't pick this up. And we do. So Navarre picked up the 2-on-1. Shot goes wide. Jared Fisher just tried to pick the upper right side. Gleisner indicates the icing, and it is, and it will be the Spaceman. See if we get any changes on the space. And looks like just a few changes.
Jared Fisher very deadly from that angle. I think he missed the net probably about a foot, if that, to be honest. 14:04 remaining here in the first. Still scoreless between the Spacemen and Motor City.
Yeah, he had a little real estate there when he launched it. All right, so Spacemen come out with the face-off. Griffin Fisher still picked up the puck. Oh, throwing it around. Marks can't get up on it, so it's going to be, Jared Fisher there. The puck comes in and out. And it's still anybody's puck. Now Marks with it. He's mounting a charge in. He's taking a look. Goes from the side. Shot and a save. Held on. So Ian Morton will hang on to that. He's faced a bunch of shots here so far.
Done a very good job. Good positioning. His shoulders are square to the puck and the shooter. Most goaltenders, you obviously want to keep your shoulders square to the puck, not necessarily the shooter themselves.
And if you notice, you'll hear some fans here today. So we have got a crowd, so we can hear some cheering going on. That always helps.
Bit of a weird formation for the faceoff by the Spacemen. I've never seen that kind of thing before.
Yeah, they went way wide on the left D. Fraboulet, I've done that a few times to draw confusion off faceoff. All right, so Cap Marks taking a look, takes a shot, and he lasers just wide. Oh, the puck's out front, nobody there. Morton was going to come out and try to pick it up. Fraboulet gets beat, and now it's a
2-on-1, 2-on-2.
Shot, save, puck's thrown on stick side of Gleisner. Gets through Corson, but he tied body up, so now it's going to be picked up by Saar. Saar dumps it in. Around it goes, and it may be picked up by Marks. Still somebody's gloves on the ice. Puck still kept. Marks with the keeper. Off the blocker of Morton. Marks picks up the puck. Loose, and it is kept in by Mazzina. By Mazzina. Hewlin feeds. Taking a look. Oh, in the slot. It was tied up. It was a good look. Mazzina was there, but he was double teamed. Trying to get through, shoved off the play. Here comes Motor City, but it's going to be kept in. Shot into glove and held on from Pritchard.
Good simple wrister by Pitcher, as just pretty much just wristed from the point. He had pressure on, so didn't have time to wind up for a slap shot. So just elects for a simple wrister and straight into the glove of the goaltender Morton.
So Grank was on the face-off and cheating in, so we got a delay, and here we go. Now it's going to be picked up by Motor City. They feed it away from Morton, but it's turned over by Robbins. Robbins goes off a skate, so it's picked up by Motor City. They feed to Pitcher. Pitcher with it now. Broken up. Oh, Granquist puts body on, and he was matched up, left the puck loose, picked up by Spaceman behind the goal line, taking a look. Steal with an attempt, but he hits the side of the net. Motor City with it. Kept momentarily. Oh, good second effort. Almost fed a good break. And there is one cheating down, but Spaceman there trying to keep it in. It's a backhander out of play onto the bench of the Spaceman. So we'll get stoppage of play here. Got some action in front of the bench, of the Motor City bench. Steele had to pick up his gloves. I'm not sure if he picked up a slash or something, but his glove was center ice.
I didn't see what happened either, to be honest. I was kind of looking a little more up the ice. I didn't see what happened.
I was looking to see if any of the coaching staff's going to get nailed with the puck. So I didn't see what developed in front of the Motor City bench. All right, so facing off in the Motor City defensive zone. Griffin Fisher on the face-off for Fort Wayne. The puck's going to be in the stick of Motor City, but now it went out of the hands of a Motor City player. So here we go. Spaceman with the puck now. Taking a look. Wants to feed the slot. Broken up off the plays. Buck shot and a save. Buck was taken down, but out of Morton into the safety netting, and we will get a face-off in the Motor City zone.
Good job by the goaltender Morton. Identified the defenseman winding up for the shot. I'm not sure who exactly was that taking the shot. I think it might have been Fabrulé, I think, if I saw the number right. As he wound up, Morton came out as far as he could and got the shoulder, which directed it into the safety netting with 11:30 remaining here in the first.
Griffin Fisher taking the face-off, picked up Spaceman. Trying to hands it through. Jared Fisher, and he gets through, but now it's going to be poked out, turned over, but no, it's going to be kept in by Huffman. Still a stick on the ice. That being of the goaltender. He picks up a defenseman's stick. And a penalty coming as with an elbow. Should be against Motor City. And now the goaltender will pick his stick up. Not sure where he lost that.
That is
Liam Kenny, yeah. So he picks up an elbow at 8 minutes and 51 seconds of the first period.
So Spacemen get the first power play of the game, so we shall see how this goes.
So Granquist out with Griffin Fisher and with Robbins on This power play. Spaceman with it. Pitcher with it now. Feeds to Buck. Buck looking. He's got far. Broken up. Oh, in and out of the stick of the Motor City, but they maintain. Oh, Buck couldn't hang on. He started to go up ice and lost it. Had to pick it up. Robbins, he goes through his stick as well. Griffin Fisher puts body on because it was going to be a clear intercept by Motor City. So here come the Spacemen working to get something going. Granquist hangs on to it, gets back into the corner. Feeds pitcher. Pitcher's high in the slot. Taking a look. Goes over to Buck in the right spot. Feeds the slot shot. No, it broke up, so it got loose. Second effort and held on.
Save.
Wow, so a minute 27 still on the power play for the Spacemen. It looked like they were kind of slowly getting an attempt there, and Morton comes out and hangs on. Face-off, Spaceman, now Motor City has control of it. Now it's found its way back. It will get to pitcher. Pitcher with it. He gets across. Take a look. Pitcher with it now again. Feeds the Buck. Buck takes a look. Takes a wind-up shot. Out it comes. It's picked up the slot. Oh, Granquist has it, and he took a shot, and now swimming for it is Morton. And now they finally clear the puck. See if there's some changes for. Don't see any changes for Motor City. They like what they have out on the ice right now.
55 seconds remaining in the man advantage for the Spacemen.
Oh, the puck was turned over. Pitcher looked up ice, shot, and rang the pipes. Rothmeyer fires away, gets the intercept from pitcher looking up ice and lost the puck. Well, it was picked from him, actually, but took his eyes off of it. And easy take for Motor City with an attempt, and now they clear. So they're pumped on this. Off boards into Gleisner, drops it for Fabrele. Fabrele with it now. He's looking.
One last rush up the ice.
Here we go. Fabrele carrying it zone to zone. Now he's on goal line in Motor City. Drops it to defense. That over to Jared Fisher, his favorite spot on a power play. Oh, did the splits, and it's a goal! Wow, I thought that Morton had it the first attempt, but it wasn't solid, and there's still some sticks in his area. So one must have poked it in, or he let it go underneath. I can't tell from here.
Well, one way or another, it's a power play goal, and the Spacemen are up 1-0.
So Fort Wayne Spaceman picks up the first goal here in the first period. So face off, Ulen will back to Nevers.
Steele with the goal.
So puck thrown around by Nevers. Hoffman goes far side in front of the bench. Mazzina couldn't pick it up as he spun around, but now here we are, Nevers with it. He gets through a Motor City player, throws it back into the corner. The chase is on as trying to get back to the puck. Could have been Sugarhead. Motor City with it. Hoffman there on the key, or takes the puck away, but he gets body put on him. Now the puck's loose. Mazzina comes and picks it up, throws it back to Nevers. Nevers sees up ice, does a softie up to Sugarhead. Sugarhead picks it up, throws it in the zone. One change for Motor City. Oh, picked up by Mazzina. He's taking a look, but off of a shin pad. And broken up. Sugarhead picks it up. He's backhanding it to Nevers. Nevers looking back to Sugarhead, but it's intercepted and taken away by Motor City. And looking coming up the ice strong is Smith. All right, so here comes Motor City. Still cycling in their zone on changes, one man at a time.
Motor City just can't get out of their zone.
Right. And they just allowed each change, though, each pass, not really making a drive. All right, here we go. Smith's picked up where he started from after some of the changes, and he's coming down straight down the ice. He sees a pass, tries to feed it, but Huffman's there to keep his guy tied up from getting in the slot. Still control, but now turned over. Granquist there as Buck was there. Granquist with the pass. And Granquist will pick up the pass there from Saar. Maybear there. Shot and a goal! Picked up another! This time, this one was fed to, I think Granquist will pick this one up as he shoots from stick side of Morton. Morton's skating out of the net. He's not happy.
Not much he can do, though. I mean, a wrister from pretty much the mid-slot, right around the hash marks. Take a look here on our replay.
Yeah, I think Hebert may have fed him. I'm not sure.
Great breakout by the Spacemen originally.
So Fabian Granquist will take that face off there just after scoring. Yeah, so Hebert was the feeder. Spaceman there on goal line trying to spin around there to keep it alive as Steele. Steele's got himself one. Granquist picks up a shot and a save by Morton. Feeds it into the corner. Kept in by Pitcher. Pitcher with it now. Feeds the corner soft. Nobody's there to pick it up. Turned over by Motor City. Steele will pick up the dump. Drop it back to Pitcher. Pitcher wide shot and a save. Throws it in the opposite corner. Now picked up by, well, no, Robbins there to pick it up. Buck with it. He gets it off the Pitcher. Pitcher's got a lane. Takes a wrister. In and out. Loose and picked up and shoved in. Believe Robbins might have picked that one up. Wow. So shot and a save came off the stick of Morton. Made it loose. A backdoor pickup.
That one coming 40 seconds after the Granquist goal.
Yeah, so wow. So Logan Robbins will pick up the third goal in the first period here. Griffin Fisher on faceoff, gets skated through, and it's going to be Swentz there that feeds it, but here we go. Motor City there. Fisher takes stick checks, kid takes him off the play, but now Motor City with a now once the feed point and does. And a wrister, but broken up by Marks, but almost fed an attempt. I believe to Rothmeyer, Jared Fisher with the puck coming in. He's double team trying to split through, and it gets through, but it was a floater and shut down by Morton.
Now, obviously, for Morin, the best thing you can do is just keep making those saves, because obviously 3 goals in the span of 3 minutes, a little under 3 minutes, definitely one to rattle the goaltender's confidence a little bit.
Yeah, they opened the drain up, and it's pouring through, but let's see how he maintains. Shot and a save, off face-off by Spaceman. Griffin Fisher putting body on, ties puck on the boards, loose. Motor City came out with it, but couldn't hang on to it. Shot and another save by Morton. And it's a battle to pick up the puck. 2 Motor City players there. Phillips, and then we got some pushing and shoving by Rothmeyer. And working to hang on, but now picked up by Motor City, and they've got a 2-on-2 developing, but the pass was thrown into a skate. And hanging on, trying to hands things through Smith. Feeds bench side, goes in and out. Now it's going to be picked up by... Well, Marks picks up the pass from Fisher, Griffin Fisher. Over to Jared Fisher from Marks. He has to reach out and pick it up, and it's turned over into the neutral. Marks with it. He flings it in, but he didn't get much on it, so here comes Motor City. Oh, into the glove of Marks. It was a dump. Marks gets a good pass over to Hewlin. Hewlin with it now. Hewlin's got one in the slot. Be it Sugarhead. Hewlin's going to feed back to point. Mazina there. Mazina, it just gets out of the reach. I think Morton had to tip that out of Hewlin. Now to Sugarhead. Sugarhead picks it up as Hewlin gets checked. Throws it up in the paint there. And now it's into the neutral zone. Huffman feeds to Hewlin, back to Huffman. And Mazina there as the puck splits. But now it's a chase for Hewlin. But it's going to be back for Huffman to pick up, and he does as Hewlin ties up his player. And that being of Sanger. And just hanging on to his Morton as Sugarhead was sliding in the area as he picked it up easily. 4:36 remaining here in the first. All Spacemen 3-0.
And goals coming from Zach Steele on the power play with the assist to Hewlin and Fisher. Second goal came from Fabian Granquist, assist to Hebert. And the third goal came from number 15, Logan Robbins.
And it's a foot race for an icing as Huffman gets back in time to beat out the legs of Kinney. Or Peterson. I'll get it right. All right, 4:29 remaining here. And the first face-off is going to be in the Motor City Hockey Club zone. Corson on the face-off for the Spacemen. The Spacemen maintain it. Neverev keeps it in. Nassar was tying up his guy. Oh, and it's loose. It's loose. A shot and a save as Morton was going down. He stopped one there. Motor City there and could not hang on to the puck. Was the effort of Peterson as he was a little bit down ice, just outside of the zone to receive a pass, and puck was tipped on to the bench of Motor City. And even 4 minutes left on the clock. Looks like an overtime clock.
Mm-hmm. Face-off down inside of the Motor City end to the right of the goaltender Morton, far side on your screens.
Yeah, so Granquist taking the face-off against Seacrest. Face-off's one, pitcher with it, feeds over to Buck, but Buck's got to go up ice to get it. Can't hang on, he comes out of a spot. Motor City clears it. So Fort Wayne back in the zone. Zach Steele with it. Steele down to goal line, takes a player out. Feeds the pass, but in and out of the blade of Granquist. He's got to work to get it out. He does, but picked up by Motor City. Robbins tries to intercept, but now back. Steele picks it up, back to pitcher. Pitcher with the puck, still in the zone, throws it up into the neutral, picked up into the hands of Robbins. Here comes Robbins now. Got ahead of steam, gets through one. Looking, feeds. Oh, off the backhand! And held on, but looking for it was Morton. It looked like a soft backhand.
3:44.
Yep.
Got the same idea.
Yeah. Looking at the clock after setting up for the face-off in the zone. Stick side of Morton. Puck's going to be picked up by the Spaceman off face, but some resistance, so it's a battle to keep it. No control yet. And looks like Robbins will get a piece of it. Does have it. He may look to Buck. Feeds Buck. Buck with it. Buck feeds it back to Robbins, but it makes its way. I believe that's Steele. Can't tell. Or far end. Buck to Steele. Steele with a shot. And up into the safety netting. It's tipped by Morton.
Yeah, went right off his arm, right around near the elbow. I'm not sure he really saw it 100%. Might have. And the way he reacted, looked like he caught it at the last second.
Yeah, because he put that shoulder up, but I didn't think it hit the shoulder, so he just went through the motions, and it worked.
There's that weird formation again on the faceoff.
Yeah, way wide. It's pretty wild. I mean, Jared Fisher's on the right defensive spot, off face. Puck's loose, cleared out by defense. Oh, and a boarding may be coming up. It'll be against, there's still, everyone kind of held their breath there. And gets a cross check, and that'll be against Sebastian Laneville. And he played pretty good D. He came in and picked up that loose from Morton, but he came in and put a pretty good wallop there in the corner.
This will be the Spacemen's second opportunity on the man advantage. They are a perfect 1-for-1.
Yeah, that's what started the whole scoring venue.
Faceoff's going to be in the neutral zone? Shouldn't it be in the Motor City end since that's where the play was listed down?
Well, that's because, the stoppage of play was probably, I'm not sure, because everybody kind of stood around. Faceoff's going to be, it became loose, but it's going to be picked up, and now it's back and forth, picked up by Jared Fisher. He's tied up stick, still trying to hands it in, and he does. Looking for a setup, and the reaching Swent's there. Fisher will pick it up as it rounds. Double as Fabulé is there, broken up off the stick, and by Rothmeyer, still the Spaceman with it now, and it's a floaty softy covered by Morton. And can't see who's sitting on, got tangled up for the Spaceman that landed.
Like
Steele. Yeah, he kind of got tangled up with Sachs. So everybody, so that Morton didn't get laid on, but he's okay. 1:29 remaining on the power play for the Fort Wayne Spacemen. Rank was on the face-off. Going to be the Spaceman with it. Pitcher with it now. Feeds it in the stick of Griffin Fisher. Griffin takes a shot, goes wide. Buck will pick it up in the corner. He's high. And back to pitcher. Pitcher's the only defenseman, and he couldn't hang on from the pass from Buck, so he's in the neutral. Pitcher's trying to draw off. Gets a pass over to Buck. He was drawing off the attempts of Smith. Here we go. Robbins with the puck. Gets through, and the puck's loose up front. He's going to feed point, and he does over to pitcher. Pitcher with it now. Feeds it to Buck. Buck looking. Buck's feeding. Got it in the slot to Granquist. Backhands back to Griffin Fisher, and defense closing in by Motor City. And they come out with the puck. But now the puck's really picked up by Griffin Fisher. He drops it back to Granquist. Granquist is tied up, so he feeds it over to pitcher. Pitcher's going to come way up as Granquist takes his spot. All right, so now Buck has to spin around and pick it up as he backhands. Goes wide. It's going to be kept by Griffin Fisher. He's the left defenseman right now. Griffin Fisher feeds it over to pitcher. Pitcher with it. Takes a slot shot, and it's a blocker save. Loose. Round it comes. Buck will pick it up in the corner. Buck waits. Draws in. Granquist with it. Takes a shot as the defenseman takes a slide into home plate. Has an open shot, but it's shut down by Morton.
Morton's done, despite the 3 goals in the roughly 2 minutes and 30, 40-odd seconds, he's done very well being hammered with shots left and right.
Yeah, so he looked a little dejected on that second goal. Skated way out of the crease there, and but I think he's gathered it. So he's playing pretty good now, but the damage has been done in the first. Spaceman on an attempt on Marks' pickup. Fires away. Might have been pushed a little bit out. Now we're down to 5 men, even strength. Got to watch the pass. As changes going off the bench for Motor City, and they have the puck, but off the bench. So Hebert with the puck in the right defensive spot, hanging on to it. Back to Huffman. Huffster with it now. Here comes Huff. Gives it over to Mazzina. Mazzina coming in, and he gets met. Spaceman still with the puck, fresh off the bench for the defensive spot, but broken up, and it's a foot race, and it is going to be won by Huffman. Huffman will pick it up. See if he can hang on there. He's battled Olajuwon Seacrest as he almost got the breakaway. Here we go. Sugarhead backhands over to Mazzina. Mazzina with it now. It's by Motor City. It's kept by Marks. Marks trying to hands it through. Gets met, but now he's still got it. Taking a look, and he's bodied. And now still with the puck is the Spaceman. Chasing it out, trying to get a hold of it. Sugarhead with the puck now, and he's double teamed. Throws it back into the mix. Now picked up. Well, thought we were going to pick the puck up there by Corson. And that'll do it for the first period. All Spacemen there. Not sure. I don't think they got a penalty in that period there, right?
No penalties for the Spacemen. 2 on Motor City. Liam Kenny with the elbow, and then 1 there on number 5, Sebastian Laneville with the cross check.
Yeah, so it's a lopsided score sheet. Something on each side, but not what Motor City wants to see right now.
Nope. 25-3 in shots for the first period, favoring the Space. I almost said the Comets, favoring the Spacemen.
Wow, well, that explains it, because I forgot who was in net. We didn't have to say Gleisner too much.
Well, that'll take us into our first intermission. You are watching Spacemen Hockey on the Spacemen Broadcast Network. We'll be right back with your intermission.
This league promotes finding diamonds in the rough, kids that didn't have an opportunity, they're on the wrong team, they had the wrong coach. If we can find those kids, which we have 20 of them now, that we build a team in 45 days.
I look at like the amazing facilities and like the coaching staff, like everything looked perfect for me.
It's kind of a no-brainer for me.
Here I heard was very professional, and I had absolutely no idea there was such a big hockey community.
Saw the amazing facilities here, and
coaching staff.
Felt like it was a good fit for me. I noticed my confidence got up.
I think the system starts with what you do off the ice, right? And that's been our biggest challenge, right, is taking these kids from different places in the world, right, and bringing them in and trying to establish a culture. And it's been difficult, right, to teach discipline, to teach accountability, to show up on time, right? That's where it all starts. We have the resources that, frankly, other programs don't have, and we try to utilize them to the best of our abilities.
I mean, they'll help each individual out as well as like all team stuff. So they do a good job giving everybody what they need to get better at or what they think they should be working on more. Our schedule's really nice during the week. We get a lot of ice time in the gym. All the facilities here are brand new, super nice, from the gym to the locker room. The rink is unreal as it is.
We work out twice a week here, and our trainers give us as much of resources as they can to push us and make us better off the ice, to help us on the ice too. All of our workouts are kind of tailor-made for hockey players. And
the coaching staff helped me get better, like offensively. John Solway helped me like work on my stride, my edges.
His teaching is really good. He processes it in a way that makes it easy for us to kind of reciprocate what he's doing in a way that's kind of lower to our level.
For them to see the professionalism and the support that they have, I mean, it's second to none. It's remarkable to see, these guys, getting the chance to, talk to the, people in the community and the kids, and the opportunity to really have that moment to themselves, right, and have that opportunity to essentially, live the day in the life of what it's like to play pro hockey, right? I mean, they're around the Fort Wayne Comets. Earlier in the year, guys were coming out, and helping the kids, and it's remarkable because they get to see what it takes to play at the next level. Right?
Not only Josh, but we've got Jerry Moss, who helps with our goaltending, and Paris Duffus, who is a familiar name for Fort Wayne fans, that really helps our goalies off the ice, and I think gives them the mental approach that they need to advance to the next level, as we know that's really important with goaltending.
He preaches accountability. He always makes sure accountability on and off the ice, actually. He makes sure we're doing the right things off the ice, and we're, more importantly, doing the right things on the ice, making sure we're, always just ready to go, ready to play, never having our minds stray throughout a game or a practice, always be just ready to go.
We tell these kids all the time, from high school till about college to your junior years, you've got 7 to 8 years to work really hard and get your life on the right path, or you can goof off and not pay attention and get involved with the wrong people, and then the rest of your life after that 8 years is going to be pretty difficult, right? So trying to get them prepared for the real world is priority number one.
There's a lot of hockey players in the world, and you're not all going to make the highest team and not get noticed. Or you might become the best hockey player you've ever been at 20. You don't know when you're going to come out of your shell. So they have to have this opportunity to play, or they may never be seen.
And so we are back here at the Parkview Sport One Ice House, where we are in our first intermission between the Motor City Hockey Club and the Fort Wayne Spacemen, where the Fort Wayne Spacemen currently are up 3-0 here in the first intermission. Shots on goal in that period favored the Spacemen heavily, 25-3. Block shots are in favor of Motor City, 3-0. Penalties in the period, only 2 of them so far, both on Motor City. Liam Kenny picked up an elbow at 11:09, which was eventually scored on by Zach Steele. We'll get to that momentarily. And number 5, that is Sebastian Langeville, picked up a cross-check with 3:07. That one was killed, so 4 minutes of penalty time for Motor City. Spacemen 1 for 2 on the power play. Face-offs in the period, the Spacemen hold that advantage, 14-10. So, despite 3 goals in roughly about 2 minutes and 25 seconds, from 25, 35 minutes, give or take.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Despite that, it's still the fact that he faced 25 shots, Ian Morton did, in a span in one period. Most teams have 25 shots through an entire game.
Yeah, and I think most of the shots, or pretty much all the shots of any effort on Gleisner were early on. And we just looked down ice for the rest of the period. So, yeah, all the action. Well, and it started with that power play goal, and it, opened the floodgates and popped a couple more in real fast. And, with the other power play there, racked up some more shots. But otherwise, Motor City, like you mentioned earlier, had some trouble getting it out of their zone, and they were changing one man at a time. So that's what's keeping the puck down there, and the attempts. And there's some good attempts on and good saves there by Morton, because he's happened to save some. He took 3 shots in a row, 3 really good attempts.
So we'll take a look back here at some of our replays that we have captured during the first period. And we're going to give a little bit of love to the goaltender, Ian Morton here. He made a phenomenal save early on. This is about 10 minutes left here in the first period. Great job by the Spaceman. Gets it out to the point for Pitcher. Pitcher down to Buck. He feeds the center to Granquist. That shot was initially blocked, and the block shot rolls back out to Granquist. So Ian Morton had to make the save, readjust to find the block shot and the rebound attempt, and he had to slide over. He makes a great save, so we'll definitely give him a good look on that one. That was a very well done save.
Yeah, you can't do it all, and he's been trying. So that with that many shots, they're going to be goals.
Moving on here, later on in the first, about a minute or two later from that save by Morton. This is on the power play there by the Spaceman, out to the point for Fisher. Fisher feeds the high slot. The initial shot was stopped. Unfortunately, Morton could not seal the ice all the way, as he had to go into the splits, which left a small gap in the 5-hole. Zach Steele finds the rebound, puts it home for the power play goal with the assist to Hewlin and Jared Fisher. It's nice to see Jared back on the score sheet. That made it 1-0. Moving on here, this is a minute and 42 seconds later, so see how fast these goals are coming. Breaking into the zone, Hebert feeds a backhanded pass to the high slot for Granquist. He takes it to about the just inside the far face-off circle, a little bit off the camera screen, and that made it 2-0 as he ripped it top shelf. Later on in the third, about 43 seconds later, you see how fast, like I said, you hear these time frames and see how fast these goals are coming here. That was Logan Robbins. Looks like he picked up a rebound shot. The assist going to number 10 Austin Buck and 21 Fabian Granquist. Looks like Robbins picked up a rebound attempt and put it home. That made it 3-0. That is where we currently sit in our intermission. That has about 4 minutes and 39 seconds left up on the score clock.
Yeah, that was a nice backhand when he picked it up and put it in. I mean, they're just, when they get in there on Morton there, I mean, he can only do so much. And so, yeah, he's playing well, facing them shots. So, yeah, he may end up being, we'll see what happens if he, keeps playing the rest, the entire game. I think he's doing well for him. So, that's a brand new team. They'll get it all figured out. I don't see anything really, nobody slouching on the team for Motor City. They just got to connect. So we'll see what happens second period on.
Yep, we'll see how things go. We're going to take a break. About 3 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock. You're watching Spacemen Hockey on the Spacemen Broadcast Network.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Excited about the place that it put us, and the quarantine hit, and we knew we had guys that were going to work hard at home, but just the idea that we could get a lot of them together working hard at a location with people that know what they're doing was really beneficial. And I think, you know, that training did a great job for those guys to kind of get the ball rolling for them, and they came back in the end of June, early July, and it's like they hadn't missed a beat. They were flexible, they were fast, and ready to lift and run and start playing football, so it was a huge benefit for us.
To gain an edge on your competition, it starts with a free one-on-one performance assessment. Call 260-266-4007. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Someday, you'll get your knee replaced. Someday, a new hip. Someday can be sooner than you think. At Parkview Ortho Hospital, we want to help you get moving again. So we offer a full range of options for joint pain, including outpatient joint replacements and personalized solutions. It's time to reclaim your life at Parkview Ortho Hospital, because someday is today. Learn more at parkview.com/ortho. Parkview, we believe in.
And here we are back live, ready for action here in the beginning of the second period. The first period was owned by the Fort Wayne Spacemen, but we're going to see how coaching went in between the ice cuts here and see what Motor City's going to respond with coming here. And they are still keeping the hot glove of Ian Morton, although he's got a few goals scored against him. He's faced a lot of shots. His percentage is looking good. We'll see what he can do in our line of sight as he's down at our end of the ice. So here we are, ready for puck drop. And the ref's looking at the cheaters coming in. And he catches him again. Puck drops, going to be picked up by the Spacemen. And here we go. They're going to dump it into the zone, off the glass, chasing it out. Hewlin going in. Loses the stick. But his stick was a factor, almost getting Seacrest to cough up the puck to Mazzina. He's still trying to get a hold of the stick, and he does, and he's still in the zone now in the neutral. And a shot and a save. Wow. I thought that was going to be poked in there. I believe Seacrest was there picking up a rebound and had some room there, but Hewlin there to Mazzina. Mazzina going in. Now he's back behind. Mazzina tied up. Sugarhead reaching in to pick up the puck, and now it gets around. Sugarhead's got Seacrest all over him. Sugarhead tries to feed it up, broken up by Morton. Picked up by Sugarhead again. He looks, he feeds high. Slot taking a shot, and a blocker save from Hewlin's effort. High in the slot and shut down by Morton. Face off in the Motor City zone.
Again, the speed by the Spacemen coming in good there. And another great save by the goaltender Gleisner earlier on in that sequence. Doing a good job sliding over, identifying the cross-crease chance. 19:08 left here in the second period. Face-off down inside of the Motor City zone to the right of the goaltender Morton.
And picked up by Motor City on the face-off. They dump it down, and it is an icing as pitcher gets back. And not happy was Phillips, as he probably thought pitcher didn't try hard enough to pick up the puck, but nonetheless it was shot from about the face-off dot all the way down ice with nobody there to pick it up for Motor City, facing off in their zone. So Granquist taking the face-off for the Spacemen and thrown out is Rothmeyer. Well, Rothmeyer's
in.
Yeah, he's back in. So pitcher picks up on a high stick. He picks up the puck as the same play Motor City did, threw it up ice, but he drew it out of the air. Otherwise, it would have probably went down for an icing.
Yeah, I didn't see that, playing the puck with a high stick. I just heard a high stick. It's like, oh, there's a penalty, but understandable now.
Yep, so now facing off in the Fort Wayne zone. Granquist against Rothmeyer, going to be picked up by the Spacemen. They go on boards. It's doesn't get out too far. Steele can't get a hold of it as he was waiting for it. Buck picks up the puck now, throws it to Robbins. Robbins spins, feeds it. Now it's loose, off a change coming. But here we go. Robbins with the puck. He spins around, throws it back into the hands of Granquist, but it's in and out, now turned over and picked up by Rothmeyer. Will pick this up. He's looking. He fires it in play. In and out of Gleisner's stick, not backing around on a keeper. Oh, can't get through, and now it's into the neutral, or can't be held, I should have said, by Laneville. Now it's into the Motor City zone. Over to Smith. Smith looking. He gets it up to Rothmeyer, but he can't hang on to it, so Spacemen turn it over. And a no ice as it goes through everybody, so Robbins is coming down. Robbins taking a look, coming in. He's got a shot. Oh, off the shin pad of the defenseman as he was spinning around. I believe that was stopped by Ethan George, more than it was by Morton. Tverev dumps it in. Morton hangs on to it. Now it's going to be picked up by George. George trying to feed it around. And it's turned over by the Spaceman and Fisher there. Fisher picks up from Fisher. Jared Fisher with a shot, and he picks it up, gets over. Wow, gets it over Morton. Nice shot. Griffin Fisher to Jared Fisher, fires away, gets it over the left shoulder, and gets top shelf over the effort of Ian Morton. So Jared Fisher on the board here early into the second period, 2 minutes and 31 seconds for the Fort Wayne Spacemen, fed by Griffin Fisher as he picked up the puck.
That's what we're used to seeing Jared Fisher doing. And it's good to see him really getting back on the score sheet after being gone for a few games.
Yeah, and you see a smile on his face, but now he's back to serious. As the Spacemen pick it up and dump it in the zone, pick it up. Griffin Fisher pokes it, gets it to Sweat. Sweat feeds to Jared Fisher. Shot and a save. This time Morton was ready for him. All right, and Griffin there, and it's going to be shut down by Morton as it just comes off the stick of Griffin Fisher.
Caden Schwetz picked up the secondary assist, with the primary assist going to Griffin Fisher, as you mentioned. 17 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the second period. It's now 4-0 Spacemen face off in the Motor City zone.
All right, now face off. Going to be picked up Motor City momentarily as Ibarra is there. Picked up Corson. Corson broke up off the shot. As Sarr was there. Corson coming in, he's going to put body on, and it may be an effort now for Motor City, but it's going to be picked up in the zone. As Fabrulé put body on, puck's put out by Hebert. And can't hang on. Sarr drops off, and now here we go. Hebert with the puck, trying to get through. He's taken out. He was tripped down and then lost a stick. But, all right, now picked up in the Fort Wayne zone, mostly in the neutral. Oh, good pass off to Sarr. Sarr gets through. Picks up the puck off his own skate, and now he goes down. Mazzina can't hang on, but he might. Oh, he was spinning around. He lost his footing as he picked up the puck. Oh, almost a breakaway. But now it's going to be an icing. Couldn't pick up the puck was Sanger. I believe he was fed that. Not sure if he was fed that from Kenny. Boy, he was on a break if he could have picked that up. It was a laser to him.
Looks like they're going to face it off in the neutral zone. Bit of a miscommunication there. I think the linesman was actually going by the high school hockey rules, as Motor City was well ahead of the Spacemen player. So that would have actually negated the icing.
Yeah. Wow, so here we are facing off center ice. This is the spot Motor City's trying to earn after a goal, so they're going to work for it. Now the face-off's back to pitcher. Pitcher with the puck now, taking a look, feeds it over. Buck with it now. Buck looking far side, but it's off of a skate. Mazzina retracts, picks up the puck, tries to dump it in, but spins the puck. Oh, hops over, and Morton was there to pick up as it hopped over the stick of a Motor City player. Oh, can't hang on, trying to pick it up, and it's going to be, oh, he's still playing it. Still trying to get some action going for Motor City was Keel. Keel there trying to pick up almost a shot, but now picked up Motor City on a keeper attempt. That by Seacrest. Buck with the puck now, retracts back. Mazzina goes down. And Buck throws it back to pitcher. Pitcher there, Hewlin there. He's coming around. And Motor City taps it, keeps it in. And now it's going to be Fort Wayne back with the puck. Still now, Foreman's trying to get it out of their zone. We saw this earlier with Motor City. Motor City creating the disruption here. Working, and Sugarhead picks up the puck. He's looking on the backhand pass and a shot. And that was a blocked shot there, picked up. Looked like Rothmeyer may have been the spoiler on that, and here they go. Now turned over, the Spaceman. Oh, got a changing bench, so Sugarhead gets a hold of it, gives it to Granquist, but it finds its way back to the Spaceman's goaltender of Gleisner, and that'll shut that down.
Motor City starting to press here. 14:51 remaining here in the second period. Face off to the, looks like right side of Gleisner.
So face off, Motor City chasing it out. Looks like Rothmeyer won't spin this one out, and does. He spins out of Navarre as he had a hold of the puck momentarily. Still trying to work to get something going there. Defenseman came and just kind of slid out of the play there. Gives a chance for Robbins. Robbins gets broken. Oh, he thought he was going to get hooked on an attempt, and he put some juice on it and fired it. Nothing Morton had to do there but be there. Yeah, Robbins kind of tangled up right before he was going to launch that shot, and I think he thought he was going to get hooked on the stick. And he put some English on it. All right, so face off. Granquist feeds it. It's just kind of turned over there. All right, so here we go. Trying to make something going. Oh, trying to feed Granquist coming in, but he didn't. Huffman with the puck now. Here comes Huffman. He gets through. He's taken down. Or he just skates through a stick and goes down. Navarre will pick this up. He's got Rothmeyer on him. Rothmeyer breaks it up, so it's going to be kept in by Motor City. But now it's going to be picked up by Spacemen. It's a 3-on-2 developing here. Taking a look. Takes the high slide. Granquist takes a shot, and I think he just got a piece of it by a Motor City player to sail it out just a little wide. And that being of Ethan George again. All right, so picked up Fraboulet. Fraboulet, is broken up. Jared Fisher, and now it's center ice. Granquist gets it over, and now it's airborne. And in and out of the glove of Smith. Smith with the puck now, taking a look up. Gets met by Jared Fisher. Griffin Fisher turns it over as Jared Fisher tied him up. Now Fisher to Fisher. Fisher gets it up, gets it to Sweats, but Griffin Fisher picks this up. Feed point to Marks. It goes around, and it's going to be chased out and picked up by Sweats. Sweats is there. He's now double teamed, but the puck is into the safety netting for out of play.
Looks like they're going to rule it off of a Motor City player, so no change will be allowed for Motor City. 13-13 left here in the second.
So face-off's going to be stick side of Morton. Face-off's going to be won by the Spacemen, trying to keep it in, but it's off the netting again as Sweats was trying trying to pick up the puck as he was battling against Brandon Thomas for Motor City. So we're going to try the face-off here again. This time it's going to be picked up by Motor City, and they throw it, and it's off the glass, or off netting again. It's just a late whistle. So it's going to be outside the zone. As Griffin Fisher is arguing that it's off of him. And he's arguing, why would I throw it down there or something? I'm not sure, because they're going the other direction. But nonetheless, it's going to be face-off just outside of Motor City zone. And now it's going to be picked up as Fabrulé with the puck, backhand to Schwetz. Schwetz didn't see that right away, so it's in and out. And now picked up off the glass, now picked up by Fabrulé now. Broken up, Fisher's there. Griffin's trying to hang on to it. Now it's going to be taken away, and here comes an attempt and a shot into the glove. Held on by Gleisner, the attempt there by Jacob Sanger as he picked up and coming up right wing.
So after a little bit of trouble with keeping the puck in the playing surface, we're going to have a face-off inside of the Spacemen zone. And it looks like it's going to be to the left of the goaltender, Gleisner.
So Gleisner seeing a couple of, or maybe just one shot. And we got an icing coming up here against the Spacemen. But no, Saar gets back in time, and it's in the feet now, picked up by Motor City. Puck's thrown around as Manger was trying to tie up the effort here. And the puck's loose, going to be picked up by Manger. Manger with it, hanging on to it. He throws it off boards, and he's still battling. He gets shoved off the play. There's Saar, feeds it up in top of the slot, and it ends up now picked up by Buck. Buck trying to hang on to it, takes a look. Oh, goes off of a player of Motor City, and actually looked like it was going to sail right on to otherwise it was going to go wide of Ian Morton. Shot. Block shot, I believe. Now picked up on the rebound, still trying to hang on to it, trying to get something going there. Was the hands. Oh, no, let's talk about Saar going in. Takes a backhander. Oh, and wow, so Ian Morton shuts it down. Boy, Saar was coming in there. Sam Saar looks like he was going to pick one up there. Ian Morton shut down that left pipe.
Great opportunity there by Saar. Definitely almost got one in there, but a good pad save by the goaltender Morton. 11:51 left here in the first period. It is 4-0 Spacemen. Second period. It's 4-0 Spacemen.
All right, so face-off's going to be picked up by Spacemen. They're looking, trying to feed it. Broken up. Oh, but turned over. Hoffman, it's off of the stick, so it goes up into the glass. Hewlin back, tips it, thinking Huffman might have came back around, so it has to bring up Sugarhead. Sugarhead's still working. He's double-teamed, and the puck gets kept in by Mazzina. Mazzina with it, goes far side of the backhand to Huffman. Huffman on a post, takes a shot and a save. Morton on the stop there. Sugarhead throws it to Hewlin. Hewlin may feed slot. He feeds point. He gives it over to Huffman. Huffman taking a look, and he's changed positions, throws it back around. It's going to be picked up by Mazzina. Mazzina throws it over to Sugarhead. Sugarhead working, but it's in and out of the stick, and it's going to be kept in. Kept in, there we go, dumped in, or Sugarhead couldn't pick this up, so Hewlin there. He throws it up to point, but it's soft, and it's kept by Huffman. Huffman's got body on, and it's tipped out, and here we go. It's a one-on-one, and Sugarhead's trying to get up and be a factor. Oh, couldn't hang on to the puck. Sugarhead is there as the hands of the almost breakaway by Keel. All right, so Morton drops the puck back. It's kept by Hoffman. Hoffman with it. Oh, and he hits a player with it on the either shot or dump in. Now puck's on goal line. Granquist on the chase. Puts body on. He may cough up the puck, and he does. And it's going to be now thrown back around. So defense came in and saved the day for Motor City. And Keel's going to try to finish what he started this time there. He's taking a look, takes a shot, and a nice save by Gleisner. Robbins trying to take a player off. Here comes a point attempt. It's wild, but good look there by Gleisner as he had someone there in the slot trying to pick it up on a redirect. All right, here comes Motor City. Dumping the puck in. Gleisner gets a piece of it. He feeds it onto the glass. And bumped off the play, but we may get some here with Granquist gets a pass off, so it's still Robbins will pick it up now. Still hanging on to it, and then it's going to be now over dumped into the zone by Fabrulé. And it's going to be kept in by Steele. Steele feeds Fabrulé. Fabrulé takes a shot. Loose, out it comes. Fisher there. Oh, he couldn't get something there. Jared Fisher picks up the puck in the corner off the rebound. He feeds it over to Fabrulé, throws it back to Marks. Marks working to keep it, and he does, and he's got some steam, so he's going to come in. He's handing in the slot, taking a look, gets a pass off, gets a shot. Oh, Griffin Fisher couldn't pick up the attempt there from Steele. Jared Fisher there, but it's tipped out. It's going to be kept by Marks. Marks throws it back in the corner, but Jared Fisher gets it on stick, in and out. And now it is down, stick on ice, and an icing coming against Motor City. As coming back to pick up the puck is Marks. As the only chase down ice for Motor City. Couldn't get there in time was Jacob Sanger.
Multiple fantastic opportunities for the Spacemen, but it's either been great saves by Morton or he's missed the net, unfortunately. But Spacemen definitely pushing right now to extend the lead to 5-0 with 8:59 left here in the second period.
All right, so face-off's going to be here in the zone. Schwetz will pick up, and he just got it off the lineman's skate. Nice stop there by Morton. Griffin Fisher feeds point strong, throws it back. Jared Fisher with the puck now, looking. He gets it taken off, and it is kept by Fabrulé, but in and out of the glove, and they say hand pass or forward pass.
Hand pass, so that's on the Spacemen, so it's going to be out of the defensive end for Motor City, just over the blue line.
Yeah, he stopped it there in the zone, so it wouldn't have been outside, but he went through the motion to get rid of it right away, so it did look like he was throwing a slider down home plate. All right, so Griffin Fisher on face-off against Rothmeyer, reaching to keep something going. Here's Pritchard, still no control, but Jared Fisher there throws it into the corner, and it's a foot race as Schwetz comes back to try to pick it up. Fisher feeding Schwetz with the quickie, but it's a block shot by Motor City. Still cycling, looking like a man advantage right now, but now here comes Motor City. And they just choose off boards. Looks like they were developing a decent break. Griffin Fisher now with the puck on goal line for Fort Wayne, trying to pick it up. Oh, down he goes, so here we go. Schwetz with the puck now. He's got Jared Fisher for the pass. He takes a shot and sails it just over the shoulder, going wide, high and wide, but kept. Buck with the backhand keeper. It's going to be turned over by Motor City there with the puck now, and they throw it on almost on the bench, but they find an inch of glass, keep it alive. Buck with the puck, trying to get through, and he does, but coughs up the puck, and he hangs on to it. Now it's going to be turned over by Jared Fisher. He tries to pick it up, but it's turned over. Puck's now loose. Griffin Fisher there, but now it's going to be picked up by Rothmeyer. Rothmeyer's got pass developed far side, but he's going to keep skating it in. He's now in the slot, tries to feed something, but now it's going to be picked up by Huffman. Huffman takes a check and leaves the puck in the corner. So still trying to get hold of it. Huffman with it now. He's bounced off the play, but it's in the neutral zone, and penalty coming. It looks like it's going to be against Motor City on a rough. Yeah, so I believe, Andrew Rothmeyer will pick up that. So another penalty against Motor City.
This one coming with 7:15 remaining here in the second period. So Spacemen on the power play once again. This will be their third opportunity of the afternoon. They are 1 for 2.
So Seacrest and Jared Fisher were talking a little bit and kind of smiling there. So might be telling some of those Geico commercial jokes or something. So here we are, face off. And the Motor City zone going to be picked up by Fort Wayne Spacemen. Fisher gives it up to Pitcher. Pitcher over to Jared Fisher. Jared Fisher to Griffin Fisher. He's got some room. Taking a look at Softing. Takes a shot. Oh, rings the pipes. Oh, and shut down by Huffman on the backdoor effort there on the pickup from Griffin Fisher. For Morton. Morton shut that down. So here we go. Cycling around. Jared Fisher picks that up. Takes a shot and picks up all net. Gets it through Morton. He gets that pass, I believe, from Granquist. So Jared Fisher's starting to pour it on here. He's starting to look like his old self.
That's another power play goal by the Spacemen. Fisher with his second straight goal.
I think
and it's 5-0.
I think Griffin Fisher was in on that too, so maybe Fisher, Granquist. We'll see.
It's coming 25 seconds after the penalty started.
Yeah, I was going to say they may take advantage of this and start it all over again like the first period. Face-off won by Motor City. And a shot, but high and wide, but chasing after it was Gleisner. That was off of point for Motor City as they're attacking here. And, the reach going to be picked up and bumped off the play. Back pitcher puts body on, trying to get through any effort there of Motor City. And here we go. Mazzina with the puck, taking a look. And he, burped out. Good defensive play, but taken back by Mazzina. Mazzina with it, throws it back to Sugarhead. Sugarhead looking at Mazzina, and he's still broken up. Good defense for Motor City right now. All right, so Keel throws it up, tipped out, and it's going to be turned over and picked up by Pitcher. Pitcher with it now. In and out of the stick of Mazzina, turned over Motor City, but now it's going to be picked up. And a chase here. Go, Mazzina there on top of the paint. Oh, and he can't hang on to it, so he picks it up on the backhand, throws it behind the net. Stick's broke. So he's changing. And now, the pass there to Sugarhead went through him, so it's turned over by Motor City. Here comes Motor City. Saar there throws the puck. It ends up in the neutral. Hewlin there trying to type his guy right in the scoring table, or the scoring circle. All right, so here we are now. Spaceman with it. Saar has to reach for the pass. Couldn't pick it up from Fabulé. Here we go. And it's a race. Fabulé's going to have to put a trip on. Shut down. Gleisner shut down the breakaway attempt. And here we go. Now the puck's in the neutral. Picked up a delayed offside right now. And now back. The Spacemen will pick up the puck in their goal line. Looking on the pass. Good pass. Here we go. Now it is going to be Saar. Sam Saar taking a look. He wanted to go up to Corson. Corson tied up in the paint. And he gets through, so it's going to be kept in. From Fabulé. Fabulé hits Hebert. Stick still in the way there. Rothmeyer with the puck as Corson's on him. Gets around Saar. He's trying to get up the boards here. Marks there. Tries to break up, so the puck's dumped in. And now it's going to be picked up by the Spaceman. Saar feeds it. And it's going to be out of reach for an ice. And Hebert's getting down there in time, so no. Now the puck's turned over. Granquist there, over to Saar. Saar's going to look far side, and he does, off the boards, and it's going to be Fabulé with it. Fabulé with it, takes a shot, in and out. And it's going up the slot, and it's going to be picked up by Motor City as they're mounting a charge. Shot broken up there by the effort of Peterson. And here's a Spaceman. Granquist does a nice move, puts on the brakes, gets a good solid pass off to Steele. Steele going. Granquist is trying to come in. Steele loses the puck momentarily, has it now. Stick was a factor that's laying there. Throws it around, and it does get through the stick. Thought it would get underneath the... All right, here Robbins there working to try to get a hold of it. It's going to be kept. In and out. So it's a keeper. It goes wide off the back. Picked up by Robbins. Robbins with it now. He's looking, loses the puck momentarily, so he's going to cough this one up. Granquist there to tip it, and it's a race for Huffman. Huffman gets there in time, and now it's going to be picked up Robbins. Robbins got a slot. He gets around, drops it. Shot coming. It was off the head of a Motor City player. Robbins picks this up. He goes down, still working, puts body on, and now it's going to be picked up by Granquist as Seacrest lost sight of the puck. Shot, and it just goes up high. May have got a piece of it by defense. Robbins there trying to get it through, so it feeds back to Navarre. Navarre to Robbins. Robbins taking a look, but out comes Steele. Steele will pick it up, and he's trying to backhand through, and he gets taken down on a tackle. Shot coming, broken up off the stick. Loose, going to be picked up by Steele. Steele still trying to gather his stick. He's trying to get something going. Now Fisher with it. It's Griffin Fisher. He tried to feed up to Navarre, but off the skate of a changing player for the Spacemen. Griffin Fisher can't pick this up. Backhand of changing player. It'd be Keel coming off, but he goes off sides as he comes off the bench. Good action there by the Spacemen, but it was starting to work against him there until that offside play just occurred against Motor City.
Definitely a good non-stop play there for pretty much the entire time since that Spaceman goal. I don't think there was anything but like one whistle between there and this offsides that happened, and great chances by the Spacemen.
Yeah, so let's see what happens here. Keel is going to He's had a few chances tonight. He's creating some turnovers and some breaks, but boy, he would have had one there if he'd changed this side of the blue line. So face-off won by Motor City, trying to get something, but Schwetz turns it over. Gets the puck off to Jared Fisher. He's tied up, and now Griffin can't hang on to it, but it's kept in by pitcher, but it's burped out. Keel, as pitcher, picks it up and wants to give it back to Buck, but he's going to look elsewhere. He's got Schwetz that he may go to, but he drops it back. Oh, Keel turns it over. Can't spin around to get a shot off. Oh, and Gleisner comes way out because the puck didn't manage to find its way back to a Motor City player. And that being of Sanger. So Keel and Sanger on there almost getting something going for their effort there. So here's Fort Wayne with it now. Puck's broken up, so it'll be a tip. And coming down is Fisher. Griffin gets a hold of it. He just slides underneath. Griffin feeds far. Oh, pick it up. Jared Fisher shot. He gets the third goal. He's picked up a hat trick here. He fires it through. I think he gets it through the fiver there. And now Morton has pulled himself out of this period with 1:56 remaining in the second.
So Fisher gets the natural hat trick. And that ends the night for Morton.
Yeah, I think Jared Fisher's got at least 4 points in this matchup today. I think he got an assist earlier. But yeah, he's picked up the next 3 for the Spacemen here.
6-0 is the score. 1:55 left here in the second period.
So mark it 1:56 remaining, a goaltender change. So the face-off would be put into the zone by Fabulé. Euland feeds it, over to Sugarhead. He's searching for it. He's hanging on to it. He throws it back into the corner. Mazzina will pick this up. And let's see what they can do with a new netminder here for Motor City. Mazzina can't hang on. He's pushed on the boards, but he's hanging on to the puck. He may feed up to Fabulé. Nope. He feeds across. The Sugarhead comes into the paint. Now it's going to be picked up by Rothmeyer. Rothmeyer with it now. See where he goes. He's coming up ice. Oh, and a backhand with Gleisner gave him a little bit of room. Sugarhead with it now. Calmly takes a check. He was hanging on to the puck. And here we go. So now we're at 1 minute remaining here in the second period. Sugarhead on the chase. And now the puck is sailed down by Ethan George. Turned over. Marks with the puck now. He's coming in. Can't hang on as George gets a hold of it. It's still kept as Fabulé is there. He takes the check. And Marks on the backhand. And it's now going to be picked up by Mazzina. Mazzina feeds up high slot, but defense. Oh, tip to Sugarhead. He sails it up into the safety netting.
.37 seconds left here in the second period. 6-0 is our score. And the only person to score in this period is Jared Fisher. He's got all 3 goals this period for the Spacemen.
And it's Jared Fisher's second period. All action by him.
Side note here, looks like number 30, Kyler Bays, is in net now for the Motor City Hockey Club, Fort Wayne native.
Manger chases it out. He gets a hold of the puck. He's still lost sight of it. So they're trying to clear that out, Motor City. And here we go, but broken up. Oh, and this is a no ice. This is a chase, and now Navarre hanging on to the puck. And it's going to be a foot races. You got just a few seconds left. Taking a look. It's a feeder, and they go onside, but cannot pick up. Shot, and that should do it for the period there. They did manage to get a shot off. Sarr, as he went down, was primed in the spot to pick up something and fire that last second shot. But nonetheless, that's the end of the second period, all Fort Wayne, but let's say all one guy.
Pretty much. Jared Fisher revitalized here as he is back doing what he's done last season and earlier on in the year. 3 goals, 4 points on the night. We'll take a quick break here on the Spacemen broadcast period.
We have to do this. A bit of a hill. mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere.
A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids, the only place they do eat is at that school.
I thought going up that mountain, Mary's meals can reach everywhere that there's a hungry child.
You see what happens after a simple meal? It just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more. Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
And so we are back here at the Parkview Sport One Ice House. We are in the middle of our second intermission here between the Spacemen and Motor City, where it is all Fort Wayne Spacemen leading 6-0 over Motor City. Shots on goal that period. Spacemen had 6 shots that period to Motor City 7. So the Spacemen definitely pulling back majorly on the shot advantage. However, 6 shots equaled 3 goals that period. 2 period totals, though, will go 31 for the Spacemen, 10 for Motor City. Block shots 5-1 in favor of Motor City. Penalty minutes, only 1 penalty that period for 2 additional minutes to Motor City with 6. And still 0 penalty minutes for the Spacemen. The Spacemen are 2 for 3 on the man advantage. Motor City is still 0 for 0 as they get to have a power play. Face-off still favor the Spacemen 22-19. Take a look back here at some of our replays we have through 2 periods. In the period of Jared Fisher's return, and he's been back for a couple games, but he hasn't been able to quite find the scoreboard. Now he has, and he has done it in a dramatic fashion. Early on, 17:29 here is the time of this goal. As you can see, it's kept alive at the point just briefly. There looks like by Griffin Fisher. Jared Fisher has it. He walks to the circle, picks the corner over the glove of the goaltender Moore. And you could just see the excitement on Jared's face as he turned around. That made it 4-0 at that time. Moving on here, this is a power play opportunity now for the Spacemen. Puck comes into the near side corner, sent around far side where Jared Fisher has it. Fisher just holds and holds and holds, bounces off the boards. He'll get it back in about the mid slot. He'll put it over the blocker side of the goaltender Morton. That made it 5-0. Got a goaltending save here for you on this next one. About 5:30 left here on the scored clock. Spacemen have it in their own defensive zone. They try to bounce it off the boards. They succeed. It goes into the zone about the face-off circle, but a stretch pass finds a Motor City player on a breakaway. Gleisner makes a great save there. That kept it 5-0. And the period of Jared Fisher continues as winding down the final moments of the second period. It's a 2-on-2, 3-on-3 now as the Spacemen gain the zone. It's kept in at about the hash marks, give or take. Pass out to Jared Fisher in the high slot. He puts it home. That made it 6-0, and the goaltender Ian Morton was pulled, and to replace him came in number 30, Kyler Bays, who's a Fort Wayne native for those who are watching here from Fort Wayne and paid attention to the high school hockey here. He played for the Leo Lions program for about a season or two. He comes in with 1:55 left in the second period. Pretty good back and forth action here. We'll take another break here. You're watching Spacemen Hockey on the Spacemen Broadcast Network.
This league promotes finding diamonds in the rough, kids that didn't have an opportunity, they're on the wrong team, they had the wrong coach. If we can find those kids, which we have 20 of them now, that we build a team in 45 days.
I look at like the amazing facilities and like the coaching staff, like everything looked perfect for me.
It's kind of a no-brainer for me.
Here I heard was very professional, and I had absolutely no idea that it was such a big hockey community.
Saw the amazing facilities here and coaching staff.
Felt like it was a good fit for me. I noticed my confidence got up.
I think the system starts with what you do off the ice, right? And that's been our biggest challenge, right, is taking these kids from different places in the world, right, and bringing them in and trying to establish a culture. And it's been difficult, right, to teach discipline, to teach accountability, to show up on time, right? That's where it all starts. We have the resources that, frankly, other programs don't have, and we try to utilize them to the best of our abilities.
I mean, they'll help each individual out as well as like all team stuff. So they do a good job giving everybody what they need to get better at, or what they think they should be working on more. Our schedule's really nice during the week. We get a lot of ice time in the gym. All the facilities here are brand new, super nice, from the gym to the locker room. The rink is unreal as it is.
We work out twice a week here, and our trainers give us as much of resources as they can to push us and make us better off the ice, to help us on the ice too. All of our workouts are kind of tailor-made for hockey players. And
the coaching staff helped me get better, like offensively. John Solway helped me like work on my stride, my edges.
His teaching is really good. He processes it in a way that makes it easy for us to kind of reciprocate what he's doing in a way that's kind of lower to our level.
For them to see the professionalism and the support that they have, I mean, it's second to none. It's remarkable to see, these guys, getting the chance to, talk to the, people in the community and the kids, and the opportunity to really have that moment to themselves, right, and have that opportunity to essentially, live the day in the life of what it's like to play pro hockey, right? I mean, they're around the Fort Wayne Comets. Earlier in the year, guys were coming out, and helping the kids, and it's remarkable because they get to see what it takes to play at the next level. Right?
Not only Josh, but we've got Jerry Most, who helps with our goaltending, and Paris Duffus, who is a familiar name for Fort Wayne fans, that really helps our goalies off the ice, and I think gives them the mental approach that they need.
Well, I had to cut that commercial break a little short. We are getting ready for the third period puck drop between Motor City and the Spacemen. It looks like they're still going to have goaltender Kyler Bays in net for Motor City. But yeah, 6 shots to 7. That wasn't confirmed. Shot totals that period.
Wow, yeah, so Bay's coming in just at the under 2-minute mark. And we'll see how he does here, because the whole period is now going to be his. All right, so Marks picks up the puck, but Sugarhead gets it off the back of his skate. He gets it, backhands it back into the zone. Bays goes through his stick as he tries to hang on to it. Mazzina there trying to feed Hewlin in and out. And Bays reaches out and covers this up as it sails just a little bit left of him, or right of him, pretty wide, so he shuts it down. So Marks goes way wide on faceoff. We're seeing it on the back end of this now, as Frabulé came into the center of the defensive spot. Frabulé working. Now a penalty is going to come against Seacrest, I believe, on an interference. Or maybe, actually, it's against Mazzina. So Seacrest draws the penalty for the Motor City, as the faceoff was won by Spacemen. It looked like they were going to, let's see here. Well, so they change. Oh, I'm trying to figure what side of the ice they're going on. And it looks like they're going to go on stick side of Gleisner. So power play, the first one for Motor City, as it's picked up by Granquist off the faceoff. And the puck is dumped by Steele. Bays picks it up and comes in and out of the stick of George, but not towards net, as Bays was way out. And here comes Motor City. Granquist on the chase there. He gets through. His buck puts body on. Steele comes back, picks up the loose puck, and he throws it down ice. And it's a race as Granquist comes down. Bays picks it up. Bays feeds it down ice. And here they come for Motor City, getting through, and an attempt backhand pass. Steele breaks that up, but nonetheless it's still picked up by Motor City. Working. Granquist ties up his guy. And Rothmeyer with the puck now. He's feeding the puck over, working. And it's picked up, and an attempt. Well, looked like George was going to try something. Far side pass maybe, back up to George. Shot instead in the glove and shut down by Gleisner.
Minute 05 left here in the power play for Motor City. Still 6-0 is the score. Face-off inside the Spaceman zone to the left of the goaltender Gleisner.
Yeah, Riley Smith looking in the quarterback position, looked to see where he was going to toss the puck there, but he ended up firing away, and Gleisner was ready. All right, so face-off's going to be picked up by Rothmeyer, and he's feeding. Oh, he had a play developed there in the paint, but got through the feet, but nonetheless kept by Motor City. All right, so here we go. Motor City still looking. Trying it again, another shot, and off of a skate, ricocheted around. It's going to be not kept by George, as it was a slow-mo to him, and he was looking for it, but it's in the neutral zone, still in control by Motor City. Smith backhands off boards. George's got to come up and pick this up. And looking to come in. Body put on. Smith with it now, looking. Everything's tied up. He's taking another shot. He's taken 3 here so far, and this one rounds out and goes into the neutral. George picks it up. He's coming in and dumps it into the zone. Around it goes. Picked up by Navarro. Now picked up by Sugarhead. Sugarhead backhands it, and it's into the neutral. Picked up by George as he retracted back. Working to come in again. Taking a look. Smith there. Puck's broken up momentarily. Back to full strength as Hewlin gets rid of it and now goes down for an icing as we just cleared out or killed that penalty.
Good job by the Spacemen. Didn't allow too many strong opportunities for Motor City. Just kept clearing it down the ice. 17:26 remaining here in the third period.
So Braden Keel will take the face-off against Hewlin. It's going to be won by Motor City with an attempt. It goes wide off of a tip. Chasing it out, trying to pick it up at Seacrest. He can't hang on. Sugarhead is there, tying it up. Navarro is there. Navarro will pick it up, and Navarro's got some room, and off he goes. He's got Hewlin with him. Gets in. And it's going to be kept. Oh, no, it's tipped out. It's looks like Keel with it. Keel's coming up the ice, taking a look. Gets the pass. Gets on the backhand. Shut down. It's still loose. And Frabulé clears it, just puts it on the boards. Picked up by Sugarhead. Sugarhead gets a far side pass. Gets it over to Mazzina. Mazzina has the puck now, taking a look. He's all by himself. Change is coming after that for the Spacemen after they couldn't earlier. Hoffman with the puck now. He's got some room. He's hanging on. He takes a shot. And into the glove, so now Kays is starting to see some action. Or Bays, Kyler Bays. So the Spacemen sitting on a 6-goal lead here in the third period. Gleisner's heading to the bench. I think he's got an issue with skate. Either strap loose here. So it looks like we're going to bring out. So Gleisner's on the bench. He has some equipment issues, so Shalkinoff might be heading in, and he is. He's got his lid on, and he's ready to come out and play. So Schalke's going to come out and fill in for Gleisner. Mark that down at 16:39. So just 3:21 here is Shalkinoff's effort here, and Motor City's got a view of that, and they're going to see if they can take advantage. All right, so Griffin Fisher on the faceoff. Puck still sitting there, and it's going to be picked up by Hoffman, as it looks like Schwetz got clocked in the lid there. And here's Motor City, Hoffman, and it's going to be kept in by, goes offside. Trying to hands it and keep it in was Griffin Fisher, but it made itself out. So they delayed. Huff on the poke, can't pick it up, so now it's a race as he's trying to get back. And shot and a save there. Schalke shuts down the effort there on the first attempt as Trey Peterson tried to get something on the boards for Motor City. Motor City throws it back around. Huffman chases this out, picks it up along the board on the corner. He's taking off the play in and out of the feet of Griffin Fisher, turns it over to Jared Fisher. Griffin Fisher gets the pass. He goes in, and he just goes wide. Bays gathers it back up. Marks on the keep, goes to Griffin Fisher. And now it's going to be picked up by Huffman. Huffman just throws it around the corner. Gets through Jared Fisher, so now it's anybody's puck. And Motor City with it, but they feed it up to Marks. Marks throws it back into the corner. Jared Fisher picks up the puck, but he is bumped off the play, so along the boards it is. Everyone trying to get a piece of it, throws it. Now it ends up into the neutral zone. Marks throws it back into the mess, and changes for both occurring. Jared Fisher, the lone player to stay out, and he's still making a case to keep the puck in the zone, but it's out into the neutral. See if he changes. He does pick up the pass, but he's on his way to a change. Motor City with a puck, got ahead of steam here. Change occurred there. Buck misses the player. Seacrest with it. Seacrest trying to hang on. Pitcher there. It goes up to Corson. Now it's up into the hands of Manger. Manger carrying the puck right side along the boards. He's got a pass developed. Goes a slow over to Corson. So back comes Bears. He throws it back around. And let's see what we got here. Buck cheating in. Corson on the attempt. Pitcher coming way up to try to pick this up. Corson comes back into his spot. Buck with it, takes a look, takes a shot, and Bays hangs on.
Good job there by the Spacemen. Good job by the goaltender from Motor City. Kyler Bays came out and stopped the puck. A pretty good, simple save right into the breadbasket.
Well, now Shalkinoff goes back to the bench, and Gleisner comes out to finish the game.
Bit of a time discrepancy. It looked like the clock didn't start for about 10 seconds when the faceoff was first dropped at the last.
Wow, so put Gleisner back in at 5:26. All right, so Motor City comes out off the faceoff with the puck. It's a 2-on-2 developing here. And nice break up there, pitcher. Rothmeyer still got something here going. Pitcher there. Rothmeyer drops it back and trying to hang on to it. And it's high off the blocker as it was kept in. Put back in by George, I believe. And now Saar kicks it up, the pitcher, but now around it goes. Rothmeyer goes down. Puck's into the neutral, and Saar is there to try to get a hold of it. Corson there, and here comes Motor City. Rothmeyer there, still hangs on to the puck as he battles up against Buck. Feeds it, and a shot just goes wide, and it's loose, and it's shut down. As Gleisner he shuts the puck down as it come off the boards, as Fabulé made sure that nobody was going to take a cheapie, as Mark Phillips was trying to get one, try to pick that up and get it shoved in there. When Gleisner said no doing. 13:37 remaining in the third, all Fort Wayne.
And definitely a strong defensive play there on that sequence by the newly acquired Alex Fraboulet.
All right, so Granquist picks up the puck. He battles up against Gensman, and now it's going to be picked up by Robbins. Robbins in. Robin gets taken down, and Spaceman still hanging on to the puck. Marks on the keeper. Throws it, but all bad bounce off the boards, and it was almost taken away by Peterson. So back. Well, here comes Granquist on the chase. See if he can keep it. Robbins is there. Backhands it. Still maintaining the puck, but not. Oh, it's just a scoop right there. Easy stop for Bays.
Face-off's going to be inside the Motor City zone to the left of the goaltender, Bays. As both teams go for line changes here, and once again, I don't know, looks like they're going to do the standard face-off setup.
Yeah, this looks more normal from what we've seen earlier. So Ullin on the face-off as he was facing off there against Gensman, I believe. It's a race and down the ice. It is won by Motor City, and they throw a backhand to try to pick up Peterson. Was the effort there of Sanger. And now here we go. Mazzina, he's got a pass developing with Sugarhead. See if he takes it. Mazzina going all the way and gets Sugarhead down, commits, Bays goes, but he fires right into him. And an easy stop for Kyler Bays.
I think that slight hesitation there that allowed the defenseman to slide by Dwayne unfortunately gave Bays enough time to get over and in line with the shot. It's kind of just those, do you chance the shot for the block or do you wait and allow the goaltender time to get set up?
1, 2, 3, 4 was on the ticker there. Hoffman picks up the puck. He's going to march in. He takes a backhander, goes wide. Off the boards he comes. Ullin there. Ullin gets checked off the play, fed up into the slot. Sugarhead's nursing a hit to the face there, but picked up by Navarre. Navarre there. Mazzina working to try to hang on to the puck as it is a strong battle with Motor City, trying to put body on. And it's still a center ice melee as it's picked up by Motor City and trying to get through a player. Sugarhead's still trying to get either out or into this. Rothmeyer with the puck. He comes in all alone. Huffman pushes him off the play. It's fed across, and it's going to be picked up by Mazzina. Mazzina can't get it off. He waited to fire it, but he put it in the stomach of a Motor City player. Kept it in the zone. Huffman with it. He fires it. And Bays gets a piece of it to shut it down. George will pick up the puck behind goal line. He gets around, and it's cleared, and Fisher will pick this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Too many men. Fisher should have let that go as the change was slowly happening with Sugarhead coming off, so it's too many men as Fisher picked it up right in front of the bench. That's why I started counting.
Unfortunate penalty that comes at 11:33. Motor City back on the power play.
So Sugarhead will, he's pretty much the reason, but he's still nursing some injury to the face area. I'm not sure where, if it's nose, mouth, what. So
yeah, it looked like when he went to go take a pass in the low slide, someone might have missed a stick lift on him and got him in the head. Got him in the face.
All right, so Granquist on the face-off. He's trying to get through, and it is picked up by Motor City. With looked like a shot was going to come here. George looking. He feeds it in and out, and it's going to be picked up by Smith. Smith's been firing away today. George with it. He takes a shot and picks up all with the screen set up. Nobody cleared out. Wow. So shot from point. I believe Ethan George picked that up. Screen was set up. There, I'm trying to find number 4, but that's who set up the screen. And I'm not.
Kenny.
So I was thinking that this is as minor a penalty as you can get. Too many men could spark it, and they did it. So Motor City finds themselves on the board here. So they're owning so far the third period, and it's near the midway mark. Griffin Fisher, he goes off sides. Not sure if that was Might have been Schwetz that goes offside. He was far left. And we'll try this again, facing off outside the attacking zone. So face off, Keel versus Griffin Fisher. Buck picks it up, throws it into the zone, rides the glass, around it goes. Going to be picked up by Motor City. And Griffin Fisher then picks the puck up, and it's taken away. He's still working in the corner. He does come out with it again. He's trying to feed up in front of the goaltender. Goaltender swimming for it, looking, and he's hopped back up. Now it's going to be picked up by Jared Fisher. Jared Fisher rounding out, feeds it, but it goes offsides. And now it's going to be Keel picks up the puck. He's stolen a few today, broken up by Jared Fisher. Buck throws it back behind, picked up by Pitcher. Pitcher with it now. He throws it back to Buck. Buck now with the puck. He's looking. He gets a pass off. It looks like he was going to go up to Sar, but instead it goes to Pitcher. Oh, and it drops. Griffin Fisher picks it up, and now it's on goal line. Everybody goes down. Still in the corner it is. Now it's going to be picked up by Jared Fisher, and they're all over him. Puck's thrown around into the corner. Picked up by Motor City. They go to throw it away. And now picked up by Pitcher. Jared Fisher picks it up. He's hands in it. He's taking a look. He's the one that fired the last three for the Spacemen. He's going to see if he can get four in a row. So Huffman with it now goes off sides as it looks like it was a slow getting out of the zone effort by Sam Saar. And makes an offsides for Fort Wayne.
9:59 left here in the third period. An unfortunate power play goal by Motor City. Off a simple, as you mentioned, it's just a simple penalty. Too many men on the ice. Gets Motor City on the board.
And takes the goose egg off. That motivates them. Now it's Motor City off face-off, going back and forth. The puck finds its way on the Motor City bench for a souvenir. And we'll try this again. And here we are, face-off center ice. Going to be picked up Fort Wayne, but Huffman couldn't get a hold of it squarely, so it's picked up by Huffman again as it almost turned over in the zone. Hebert trying to clear it out. Huffman picks up over to Hebert. Hebert gets it out. He's going to try to chase it. He gets, Corson picks it up to Hebert. Hebert with a shot. Ooh, and Bays turns that glove over. Just, boy, the last second, I thought it might have find its way under the glove and through the fiber, but he hangs on.
Great job by Bays. Easy. Pretty much a routine save there from just outside the face-off circle. 9:34 left here in the third. Face-off inside the Motor City zone.
All right, so Matt Corson, the face-off for Fort Wayne, and trying to hang on to it, but now it's into the neutral zone, and Keel almost gets a piece of it to get taken off there, but Huffman reaches and hangs on to it. And now, let's see here, Saar's there. He gets a hold of it. And now it's loose, and let's see who has it now. Keel working to get a hold. Now it's into the neutral zone. Corson dumps in. Bays with it, drops it, and gets through Saar, but kept by Huffman. Let's see what Huffman does. Huffman throws it wide, and it had a couple players that had dived and not get nailed with the keeper. Oh, here we go. Oh, we got some action here that's shut down. A breakaway by Seacrest.
Roughing by Bear and one of the Motor City players, number 5.
So that shut it down. Not sure who started what here, but the disadvantage would be on this. I mean, offsetting penalties, the disadvantage it's going to be to Motor City because Seacrest picked up the puck and he was heading.
So coincidental minors, no power play time will be on, well, there's penalty time on the board, so 4-on-4 action, but no team will have a man advantage right now.
Yeah, so let's see if Motor City can pick this up and march back down because they took the short end of the stick of that, but now Fort Wayne's Spacemen pick it up, Febulé, but it's poked as Rothmeyer tries to take it away and puts it up into the safety netting. So now they're just creeping their way a little closer each time into the Fort Wayne zone because they're just outside the attacking zone for Motor City. Smith on the face-off. It's going to be won by Motor City. Back it goes. Fabruleo will come and get this, hopefully. And Rothmeyer there. Rothmeyer does pick up the puck. But Fabruleo there, and now it's an effort now picked up by Motor City. They're going to look up slot. They do, and a shot, and it's tipped by Fisher. Griffin Fisher gets a piece of that and sail it over. And Griffin Fisher there gets the pass over to Marks. Marks with it now. Marks gets a pass off to Jared Fisher. Jared Fisher looking, taking a look. Gets a back door. Oh, and shut down in the glove. Kyler Bays was going down, and he grabbed that out of the air. Nice pass from Jared Fisher.
Great save by the goaltender Bays. Gets over pretty much wide open net. The only thing that could he find was either the post or the glove of Bays, and he found the glove. So his score remains the same.
Yeah, I believe that was Marks on the shot, wasn't it?
I believe so.
All right, Ethan George with the puck now. He's on goal line trying to get this thing out. Fabian Granquist puts body on, coughs the puck up. He has it. Now he's still working. He may push it or leave it for Buck. Buck picks it up. Buck's now double teamed. He throws it back around and picked up by Motor City to try to clear. Still working off of the offsetting penalties. Granquist with it. And now picked up by Buck. Buck to Granquist. Granquist he's going to carry. Oh, and he tries to throw it around a Buck, but it's in the neutral zone now. Buck gets it. He gets it to Pitcher. Pitcher drops it or throws it backhand. Now it's loose. Pitcher picks it up out of the air, and here he goes. Takes a shot and a blocker save. And a second effort loose in the slot. Oh, Buck picked up the rebound. Third time's a charm, but the fourth shot gets the goal. Wow, 3 saves there by Kyler Bays, but he couldn't get the fourth. And the Spacemen pick up goal number 7 here in the third period. I believe Austin Buck picked that up.
Yeah, definitely a great job by the goaltender Bays. Had about 4 shots there all at the same time. I mean, there's not much more he could do. I mean, he was making save after save after save.
He came to the bench there, but hey, he worked. I mean, usually it's the third that you give up, but he worked it. And the fourth did him in. Rothmeyer turns over the puck and try to get it into the zone, but Huffman will pick it up and draw it back to goal line. And here we go. Sar passes the puck up to Sugarhead. Sugarhead's back in the action, so he should be okay. Puck's taken away, but couldn't hang on to it. So now bumped off the play there will be Huffman, and now the puck's going to make its way back into the Fort Wayne zone. One chase by Riley Smith. And it brings back Navarre. Smith backs off as Sar comes in, as well as Hoffman. All right, so here we are. Navarre, it's tipped. I believe the puck was tipped out of play by Smith up into the safety netting on a pass. So 6:51 remaining here in the third. So far tied 1-1 in the period, but the score is a little lopsided on the favor of the Fort Wayne Spacemen side. So this period so far, they're doing well for Motor City as they're gathering up 16 new players this week, and it's starting to work for them. All right, so here we go. Marks with the puck now. Throws it off boards. Got a good pass there and bumped off the play. Was Manger. He had it for a second there. Now the puck slowly coming back, but now it's fed out by Gleisner. And Manger's tied up. Marks picked up the puck. See where he goes. Well, and it's now Marks comes back. Fabruleo back with him. And Fabruleo, he had to reach out for this one and almost turn it over. Manger with it. He takes a check and almost takes the linesman down, and it's a wrecking ball, but it worked. And here we go. Here comes Smith. Riley Smith coming up, picked up the pass. Shot and a save, broken up by Marks. It still found its way on target, but he couldn't put much on it because the stick was tied up by Marks. And that was a nice setup there as Riley Smith tried to get something. Shot and a save and held on by Bays. So Phillips there feeding picked the puck up, gets the turnover, and feeds Smith, and almost created a chance when Marks came back and helped out slow that shot down. So an easy stop there for Gleisner. Chalk up another save for him.
Gleisner's definitely had a very good game here with 5:50 remaining in the third.
So both teams have seen backup goaltenders come in. Obviously, the backup is staying here for the entire third period so far for Motor City, but it was just an equipment thing. So Shelkonoff did see some action. So we can't say that Gleisner played the entire game. Icing, his pitcher comes back and keeps anybody from picking up the puck, that being of Trey Peterson for Motor City. Face off in the Motor City zone.
Face off looks like they're going to put it to the left of, the right of Bays, our left here from our little booth that is near the Spaceman goal.
All right, face off, and it was Jared Fisher gets shoved off after he gets the pass over to pitcher. And picked up by Motor City. I believe Keel is on that. Now picked up by pitcher. Over to Jared Fisher. Jared Fisher does have the puck. He's still getting through. Backhand pass. Oh, and it's going to be Griffin Fisher that's working to get the puck, and he does. He feeds. And a shot. Oh, what a save by Bays. It was a...
Off the helmet.
Yeah, it was a... Oh, this... Okay. So Peterson didn't see the puck, or he's just playing his back to it. Pitcher there. He's backside of him. Takes him down. Penalty going to come up against pitcher as the puck was picked up by Buck on a hold. So Riley Pitcher gets a hold as he just puts body and ties up. I believe that's the player. Trey Peterson is the one that was coming in with the puck. And Peterson had Pitcher beat the whole time there.
And it looks like Motor City is going to call a timeout. So while they do that, we'll take a quick break here on the Spacemen Broadcast Network.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills.
All right, so here we are, face off after the man deficit for Fort Wayne, picked up by Spaceman and cleared out as Hoffman picked up, and it looks like it was going to be kept in by George. Bass comes out as the pass, almost an attempt by Granquist. So Bass fires it down ice, but now Huffman's got the puck, and he tries it again. As this time off the skate of George, almost taken away by Granquist as he's still on... Got some speed here. He's the good chase now for the Spaceman. Now going to be picked up by Rothmeyer. Rothmeyer trying to work it in. He gets through, but not the puck. And it's taken away by Steele. Steele hangs on goal line as the attempt by Rothmeyer. And now the puck finds its way back into the neutral zone. Smith with the puck now. Smith hanging on. He wants to carry. He's trying to get it through, but off the skate of Robbins. So it makes its way back to George. George over to Smith. Smith with it now, and he looks. He dumps it around. And around it goes as he fires it on board, slows it down, and it may work for Motor City, and it does. Now fed up to George. George taking a look, taking a shot, and he got one earlier off of a screen, but this time screen wasn't there as Rothmeyer wasn't planted. Now Smith with it now. Smith working. He's looking. He's in slot. He may take a shot off the blocker. Glove to back up. Now picked up the rebound. Rothmeyer with it now. Rothmeyer feeds up to George. George scored from this spot earlier. It's a wrister. It's a bouncer. And almost getting something going there. It was off the stick of Briculé. And now here we go. Hoffman will pick this up, see if he can get the clear, and he does. He sails it down ice. And Hoffman there against Briculé, and Hoffman wins that battle as Briculé is coming up talking to him, and he puts body on him, gets a penalty. Briculé draws the penalty off that. Hoffman knew he was coming. He had his back to him, cross-check. Briculé is trying to fight. Hoffman is heading back to the bench, so he's pretty upset. So now we have some 4-on-4 for 19 seconds, and then after that, advantage Fort Wayne is the penalty drew. Well, so we have. So we got penalties on both. So still a power play for Motor City. Yeah, I think he was jawing him a little bit after the penalty, and that must have set off a little bit of anger there with Griffin Brick-Roulet. So still power play, center ice face-off. Power play for Motor City. They have 19 seconds, half a shift. See what they can do with it. Only 3 players on the ice waiting. Now Buck comes in for the second defenseman as Steele and Robbins are on the forward spot. Navarre comes up to the left wing spot for faceoff. Faceoff going to be picked up by Motor City, but Buck on the long stick gets a hold of it. And he clears it because it has still got time left for this penalty kill for the Spacemen. Smith with the puck. Here he comes up ice. He's got a pass on the far side, but he doesn't use it yet. Buck lets him get through. Smith looking. He sees. And it's going to be broken up by Granquist. He picks up the puck, and now he drops it to Steele. Steele with the puck. Now he's got Robbins' far side. Here he goes. Taking a look, takes a shot, and he picked up the second. No doing. Wow.
I don't know if Bay's got his arm on that one or if he just shot it into the safety netting, but either way, 2:37 remaining here in the third. It's 7-1 Spacemen.
Yeah, right now it's a battle of who wins this period, even though it's a big goal differential, but with a little bit of time ticking away, now we're back to full strength here. Shot and a save off face-off. Robbins picks up and fires away. Bay shuts it down. And here's Seacrest throwing it off the glass, out of the reach, but now picked up. Seacrest with it. He feeds far side, and he gets that. And here comes on the slot, taking a little soft wrister with a spell, and it can't get it going. Nice break up there. Gleisner's there, but the defense came and saved the day. Wow, does it look like we're going to, almost had one there for Motor City. Robbins with the puck now, drops it back. Granquist looks better of it. Picked up on the backhand, picked up off. It was a backhand pickup, and then passed to backdoor backhand and shut down. Base couldn't get there. He was dealing with what was in front of him, stick side, and then glove side opened up off the pass, and boom, there it went.
Looks like it might be Steele's goal.
Yeah.
Now 158.
Yeah, Bays had one on each side of the pipes there, and so just under the 2-minute warning mark here. Fort Wayne Spacemen have gained the advantage in this period. Yeah, so here we go off the Steele's goal here. We get it into the zone, pitcher back, and here comes Keel with the puck now. And now it's turned over. Menger got a piece of it to Hebert. Now Hebert gives it up to pitcher. Pitcher with it now. He sees Corson going. He's taking a look. Feeds it to Corson. It's in the air, and he tries to scoop it and get an attempt, but it goes through. Now picked up by Motor City. Here comes Motor City. They're coming in. Peterson with it. He's looking. He throws it into the glove. It was sailing wide to Gleisner. Gleisner just hangs on to it. I think Peterson was looking for Keel because Keel had an advantage. If he could have turned and got in that slot there, but no options. Fired away. So face off. Keel versus Corson. Glove side of Gleisner in the Fort Wayne zone. Face off. Here comes a shot, and it's broken up. I think it was off of Marks. Navarre there trying to tie it up, skating in. Marks will pick this up. He throws it soft, but now it's picked up. Menger picks up the pass from Corson. He's broken off the play. We're at the 1-minute mark here in the third. Menger gets a hold of it. He keeps it in the zone, and he's pushed off the play. Shot by Navarre, goes wide. And it is now picked up by Motor City, and here they go. Puck's taken away by Hebert. Hebert's bounced off the play, takes the player down. Hebert throws it back, but Marks pushes it out just barely. Goes off sides, working. Keel gets a hold of it, but taken away. Manger with it. Wants to go far side, but nobody there. And Manger now with the puck, but now it is heading down with only 20-some seconds left. Picked up by Motor City. Motor City looking. And it's going to go bench side pass maybe. Oh, it whiffed on it. Fisher. Oh, he was going to try to feed it to Jarrett. Fisher. Griffin was. Navarre there. Marks skates underneath, gets a hold of the puck, still in the feet. Now picked up by Jared Fisher. A few seconds left. Here comes Jared Fisher. He's looking, takes that shot in the glove, held on with 3.3 seconds remaining here in the third. 8-1, Fort Wayne.
Yeah, face-off would be pretty much routine. Don't really expect too much to happen here.
Yeah, it'll be almost ceremonial, but there is 3 seconds, so Griffin feeds it to Marks. He can get a shot off. Otherwise,
so they just rolled to...
Yeah, they're just going to roll it out. And that'll do it. Fort Wayne Spacemen come up and pick up the first victory of the 2-game effort here this weekend. And Jared Fisher finding a pretty good game out of this. And so we have the game tomorrow, so we'll see how that plays out. But Motor City, with all new players, is working to get something going here for their effort. And I don't think they look too bad for a team that, is brand new to everybody. The city, the team. I mean,
yep. Definitely see how things go tomorrow. In the meantime, we'll take another quick break here. You're watching Spacemen Hockey on the Spacemen Broadcast Network.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
And so we are back here at the Parkview Sport One Ice House. It's an 8-1 final in favor of Motor City. We did not hear a shot total. Oh, we do have one, 15-7 that period. So that brings the totals to 17 for Motor City and 46 for the Spacemen. Block shots 5-2 in favor of Motor City. Penalty minutes all rounded out to 10 apiece. Spacemen 2 for 3 on the power play. Motor City 1 for 3. And the face-offs were 32-30 in favor of the Spacemen. pretty much everything was cool and calm until early on in the third period where we had an interference call on Mazzina. And then from there, it's just kind of offsetting minors, a bench minor for too many men, a rough coincidentals, and then 2 coincidentals for a cross-check and an unsportsmanlike, and then a hold on pitcher. Pretty much those are the only 2 power plays for Motor City. Only goals in the game only goals in the third period, and 1 to number 7. I got 2 number 7s on my score sheet here. It's either Ethan George or Gabriel Testa. I'll have to double check that one later. Austin Buck picked up a goal from the assist to Riley pitcher at 7:23, and then Zach Steele picked up his second of the game at 1:58 with the assist to Robbins and Grandquist. So that will pretty much do it for us here on the Spacemen Broadcast Network. And we thank you for tuning in. We got a game tomorrow against the very same Motor City Hockey Club. I believe a 2:30 puck drop. So we hope to see you again tomorrow at 2:30 here at the Parkview Sport One Ice House for another match between Motor City and the Spacemen.